Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Motormaster Monday, live here on NASCAR Heat 5 on the PlayStation 4 console. It is round 11 of the 2021 NASCAR Motormaster Series season, right here on Heat 5, and we are live at Sonoma Raceway. 22 cars out there, and it's the Sunfire 250. Coming into this one, Jesse Carlson in the number 20 car on the pole for the second race in a row. Won the pole award for the Talladega race earlier tonight, and has the lead right now, and it's a sizable lead over the drivers running second on back. And there's battles all over this racetrack. There you see Nick Francesco in the 6 battling with Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. That is the battle for second and third. The battle for fourth and fifth behind them between the 2020 NASCAR World Champion from Gran Turismo, that's Trenton Krentz in the 36, followed closely by Dustin Franklin in the 11, and Matt Smith in the 10 car, Dustin's teammate. Strap yourselves in, folks, kick back and relax. It's a 50-lap race here at Sonoma, divided into the 3 stages here, and it's round 11 of the season. We're being joined by the M-Race reporter, and that is the driver of the number 1 Chevy Camaro, Cameron Norton. Cameron, how you doing?
Just doing good, trying to get out of the mess here that I'm in.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to you and let you sort that out. We're also gonna let everybody know Jordan Dorsek in the 74 car. He's just behind Cameron in this blue car. You see him there, the black and red number 74 behind him. He was involved in an incident earlier. He hit the pit wall, where the pit wall comes out and separates the track in turn 11 and where the drivers make their way down pit road, and he's got severe front end damage to that car, and he qualified in second, and he's dropped back a number of positions. See if you can find him there. You see him, and there's problems there for Trenton Krentz, 2020 NASCAR World Champion from Gran Turismo Sport. He was running in the 4th position when this happened, and that allowed Dustin Franklin in the 11, Matt Smith in the 10, and a few others to gain a lot of ground on him, and it's a battle just inside the top 5. Now they're going through the carousel, downhill section of the racetrack that they recently just brought back to this track and made it a part of the track for the NASCAR circuit, and they're all gaining a little bit of ground on the driver just in front of them, and that's Nick Francesco, the driver of the 6. And I mentioned they're all chasing Jesse Carlson, and the reason why that this is big, folks, is Jesse Carlson is looking for his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win. He's come close on a couple of occasions, and this might be the closest he'll come all season long. Sonoma Raceway is by far his best racetrack. He's a road course ace, that's for sure, but Sonoma's certainly a standout track for Jesse Carlson. He won the pole with flying colors, and he's out there logging good lap times. He's the race leader, and he's got a huge lead over the drivers running second on back in this one. He's won races in NASCAR on the Gran Turismo Sport game and on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition on the PlayStation 3 console. Looking for victory lane here in the Motormaster Series. I mentioned 22 cars out there, raging war here and trying to go out there and grab the win. A win locks you into the playoffs, and that's exactly what Jesse Carlson is trying to do. And we're watching a good battle for position here between Nick Francesco and the 6 machine. And it's Trenton Krentz gaining ground on him, and there goes Nick off course in the carousel. We've talked about how tricky that part of the track is, and it's definitely the most challenging part of this road course. And around him went Trenton Krentz in the 36. You can tell that Nick lifted a little bit extra there. Going to let Trenton get in line in front of him, and around goes Nick. This is over here after the carousel, and the right-hander, and it looked like he was just lifting a lot. He was all the way against the grass with his right side tires, and it got a little bit loose on him, and around he went. And went from bad to worse there for Nick Francesco. He's got 2 wins this season for the Truck Series, looking for his first win of the season for Motormaster. The battle for second is heating up here. Trenton Krentz has finally taken it from Nick Francesco, but he's had company for it since the drop of the green flag. He's had Dustin Franklin in the 11, Matt Smith in the 10, all over the back bumper of the 36 machine. And Sonoma, arguably one of the more trickier road courses on the NASCAR Heat 5 game, and it's got a lot to do with the carousel that they've brought back to the racetrack, and a lot of elevation change in there, very little grip, and it's very easy to overdrive and miss a shift or not shift at the right time, not get on the brakes at the right time, and give up a couple of tenths, maybe even a half a second of lap time and track time in there. Battle for third is still staying heated up here. Jason Doro in the 08 Chevy Camaro working his way around Matt Smith in the 10. Matt Smith in the 10, the 2020 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series champion. And no slouch on the road courses, that's for sure. So this has been fun to watch here, all three of these drivers. Quick update on the running order for you. Jesse Carlson is your race leader. Josh Colm-Diaz is in second. Trenton Krentz running in third. Dustin Franklin in fourth. And Jason Doro running in fifth. But it's all changing here pretty much every turn. As you can see now, Dustin Franklin in the 11 has given up the position to Jason Doro in the 08, and now might be giving up the position here to his teammate Matt Smith in the 10. This is a side-by-side battle for 5th and 6th. Just behind them is Harold Burton in the number 39. He's actually gaining a little bit of ground on these two. There you see him. Long-time NOSSCAR driver. Has wins on the NASCAR 15 game and here on NASCAR Heat games in NOSSCAR. It's been a little while since he's found victory lane. Looking to change that here today at Sonoma Raceway. A clear track in front of him. Clear track behind him. 22 cars are out there on the racetrack. Oh, he gets a little bit off course in the carousel. He's going to gather it back up, get it back onto the racetrack. It's going to cost him a little bit of time in the process. And it's Thomas Geyer in the number 62 Chevy Camaro. There you see him behind that car behind him. That's who that is, working his way closer.
That leader has checked out.
And checking in with the M-Race reporter, Cameron Norton. Cameron, you're a little bit outside the top 10. You got 6-time champion Jordan Green behind you. What position are you in, and how's the car feel?
I am in 15th. I got a little bit of right side damage. It's very, very tight. Not turning the greatest, but, you know, we're going to try to get through this. Back to you.
Thank you. And Nick Francesco in the 6 machine was spun out again. That's the second time, I believe, that he was spun out in this one. Oh, and that's a tough break, and it's been a bit of a rough start to the race for the driver of the number 6 Chevy Camaro. Came in here with a lot of speed and always a contender in these NOSSCAR Motormaster Series races. And there you see him sitting motionless on the racetrack, trying to get that car refired.
I think somebody was in pit road there, gained another spot.
Yeah, it was Matt Smith in the 10 car, folks, and we can also let you know Nick Francesco in the 6 has elected to take his car off the racetrack, and he's done for the day. He will receive the last place points in this one. 22 cars entered the race. Matt Smith
just wrecked.
Back onto the racetrack, and getting a report from the in-race reporter, Cameron Norton, that Jordan Dorosek has now wrecked on the racetrack. There he is in the 74 machine. He's rolling on our screens, but got a lot of front end damage.
He spun in the little turn right before the carousel.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, because now he's just worked his way through the carousel, and yeah, rough start for a couple of drivers here in this one, and a couple of drivers that you don't normally see have a rough start. Can also let you know, Jason Doro in the 08 car has worked his way around Trenton Krentz, the 2020 World Champion, now back into 4th in the 36 car. Jason Doro up into 3rd. They're still chasing Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 and Jesse Carlson in the 20.
By the way, they're coming to 2 to go.
All right, so the leader is... So has the leader taken the signal for 2 laps to go already?
Yes.
Okay. So, about a lap and a half to go for the leader here. Therefore, pit road is already closed for these drivers. Jesse Carlson in the 20 Toyota Supra has about a lap and a half to go until he will be declared the Stage 1 winner. And the thing about these road course races, Cameron, the longer that they go, the more that the fast cars are working their way towards the front. The cars that are able to show the best consistency, the smooth driving, and the speed all rolled into one, those drivers are slowly working their way towards the front throughout Stage 1 and Stage 2. By the time the final stage comes along, it might be a bit harder for Jesse to hold on to the lead, but he's showing so far to be the class of the field for the Sunfire 250 here at Sonoma. White flag in the air.
I think he might have a shot to win this race. He's been wanting to win here so many times. I think he's got a good shot.
Ran the quickest lap times throughout the practice sessions that we were keeping track of all week long. A lot of drivers were letting me know what lap times they were running, and it's information that I don't share to other drivers, but I do keep note of who's kind of running and looking the quickest, and he was looking the quickest here at Sonoma, and he qualified on the pole. He's led every lap since the drop of the green flag, and he's about 2/3 of a lap away from picking up the Stage 1 win. He's got a car. He's got a car just in front of him that he's going to maybe put a lap down before the end of the stage. But the good news for whoever that driver is, it's Daniel McGriff in the 93. Actually, the good news for him is if he does get passed by the 20, he'll be back on the lead lap and at the tail of the field anyways with getting the free pass. Should point out it was a bit of an interesting call for the 2020 Platinum Cup champ, Matt Smith. He came to pit road at the end of Stage 1. So expect the 10 car to stay out at the end of Stage 1. I do think that he's going to try to make the entire distance in Stage 2 without pitting and maybe get the stage win. This is a move by him to get some track position. And coming to the line, Jesse Carlson in the 20 wins Stage 1 of the Sunfire 250. And a job well done at that, and he did clear the 93 of Daniel McGriff, so Daniel will have to take the free pass. So if there are any other cars stuck a lap down, this might pinch them, but I don't think that there is. I think that all 22 cars are going to be on the lead lap for the second stage of this event. We're going to throw it down to the M-Race reporter Cameron Norton when he's finished crossing the start-finish line to get the top 5 from Stage 1.
Alrighty, top 5 is NASCAR Roof, NASCAR King, Mucka, Even Steven, and Dust Bunnies.
All right, how about that? So Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 finishes second in the stage. And then you were saying Mucka finished third. So
Mucka third, Even Steven fourth, and Dust Bunnies fifth.
Some of the contenders that I was speaking of working their way forward slowly but surely. Jason Doro in the 08 up into third. The world champion, Trenton Krentz, runs in fourth. It's going to be interesting to see how the final stage goes. And I am very surprised to see Josh Colm-Diaz running up there in the second position. He's a very talented driver. He's top 5 caliber everywhere we go, but he's not necessarily known for his road course success. He does finish in the top 10 frequently at the road courses, top 5 at times, but I'm shocked of how strong he's running. Second in Stage 1, we'll have to see how he does. The green flag is back in the air. Matt Smith in the 10 has taken the lead. And this is where it gets interesting, folks. Matt's tires are a couple of laps older than everybody else's. Does he have enough speed? Does he have enough track knowledge to stay in front of these drivers? And if so, for how long? These are great action shots, folks. Matt Smith has the lead. Jesse Carlson in second. Josh Colm-Diaz is in third. Jason Doro in fourth. Trenton Krentz is in fifth. Harold Burden runs in sixth. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the field to see some more of the action here. Good battles all over this racetrack. There you saw Jason in the 08 was looking to the inside of Josh Colm-Diaz. That would have been the battle for third there as they begin to snake their way through the S's. Whoa, Harold Burton in the 39. He was running in 6th, but he got loose, and that happened just in front of Dustin Franklin in the 11. Dustin picks up the 6th position, and Thomas Geyer now up into 7th. And it's a good battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Going to keep our eye on it. Josh Colm-Diaz, Jason Doro, Trenton Krentz, and the entire pack of cars behind them. Jordan Green up inside the top 10 as well in the number 47 car. And there's Thomas Geyer.
Cars coming back.
Yeah, you're right, folks. That's just a little bit outside the top 10. Jordan Dorosek slowly but surely making moves, trying to get back towards the front. Started in the 2nd position in that number 74 car. There you see him. No damage on the front of that car anymore. And he's got a job to do. He's got a project, a mission, folks. Got to get back up there to the leaders. Oh, and problems for Jordan Green in the 47. He was just up there inside the top 10 running in the 8th position. Let's see if we can find him here. And there you see him, 6-time NOSSCAR champion. He's getting it back going again. He was just up there inside the top 10. A lot can happen here in a hurry. We can also tell you Ryan Schreck in the 19 has pulled off the racetrack. He's done for the day. Coming off a strong run earlier tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. And this is what the battle for the lead looks like, folks. Back out front, Matt Smith in the 10 trying to keep the lead away from Jesse Carlson in the 20. A little bit further behind them, even Steven, Trenton Krentz up into the 3rd position. 2-time NOSSCAR World Champion on the Gran Turismo Sport Game. Also the 2019 NOSSCAR GT Cup Series Champion driving the GR3 cars over there in Gran Turismo Sport. Very much a road course expert, road course ace. He ran the race earlier tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Didn't get the finish he was hoping for, but top 15. And here he is at Sonoma running in 3rd. Josh Colm-Diaz has now slipped back into the 4th position. Dustin Franklin all over the back bumper of him for the 4th position. And we have a new race leader. The pole sitter, Jesse Carlson, has worked his way back around Matt Smith in the 10 and put the number 20 Toyota Supra back out front for Juicy J Motorsports. The interesting thing about this, Cameron, Jesse Carlson's raced a lot with Trenton Krentz over on the Gran Turismo Sport Game. He has one win over on Gran Turismo Sport here in NOSSCAR, and that was at the Northern Isle Speedway in the GR3 cars, GT Cup Series. And that's an oval track, so kind of got lucky there, used his oval background and experience and capitalized, and he was definitely the fastest car on the track that night. But he's taking a lot of the road course experience that he's learned and the skill he's learned from over there and putting it to good use here on NASCAR Heat 5, taking on some of the very best in the world on NASCAR Heat 5 and Flash 9, Mucka and JCR Wow. I'll tell you one thing, the battle for 3rd has not calmed down. The battle for the lead calmed down a little bit. Jesse Carlson retook it. He has slightly fresher tires, but the battle for the lead is looking like this. Trenton Krentz in the 36 has it. Dustin Franklin has worked his way around. Josh Colm-Diaz for the 4th position there in the 11 car, and he's kind of about the same distance in between all 3 of these drivers. They're a little bit spread at this point. Just about a half a lap ago, they were basically on top of each other. A little bit further behind them, Jason Doro runs in the 6th position, and problems for the 2020 Platinum Cup Series champion. Off course goes Matt Smith in the 10. He's going to lose a little bit of track time here to the race leader, Jesse Carlson, and now he goes through the carousel, the trickiest part of the racetrack. The elevation changes through this section are terrible for these cars. Slideways through the entire thing if you're not careful, and the braking points, the shifting points through that carousel are very tricky, and even the best of the best, even the ones that know exactly when to brake and shift through there, don't know how to exactly get it done every lap. Good battle here. Jordan Roughton in the 92, Jason Armstrong in the 12. They have Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61, not too far behind them, and Jordan Green in the 47 as well, Stephen Corley in the 22. This is all just a little bit outside of the top 10. Remember Jordan Green, he's with these guys. He was up there inside the top 10 at one point. We're actually going to now throw it down, though, to the in-race reporter Cameron Norton, driver of the number 1 Chevy Camaro for Timac Motorsports, and check in to see where he's running in this race. What position are you in?
11th, working on 10th with shadow.
Well, there you go. Last time we checked in, you were running in the 15th position, and you're working your way up almost inside the top 10. How many laps to go in stage 2?
There is 5 laps to go. We might try some strategy.
You heard it from the man, and there's still a couple of laps to do just that. Pit road closes when we have 2 laps to go. When the leader crosses the line and gets the signal for 2 laps to go, that's when pit road will be closed. And I'll tell you, the lead that Jesse Carlson has is quite large. So I don't think that anybody's going to make it to the pit road entrance when he's actually coming around to take the 2 laps to go signal. I think that anybody that's going to pit will have to do it with 3 to go. It's going to be close. And the thing about it is, we saw Matt Smith in the 10 pit at the end of during stage 1, and then stay out during the end of stage 1 to take the lead for the beginning of stage 2. That was a part of his strategy. He pit during green flag conditions before pit road closed. Had 2 lap older tires because of it, but he gained some track position because of it. He was running back in the 6th position when he did this strategy. Now currently runs in 2nd, led a couple of laps because of it. And you gotta wonder, folks, if he's gonna maybe do that again here in stage 2, take the lead for the beginning of the final stage. Or maybe he runs this stage all the way, stays on the same level of tires with Jesse Carlson, and sees if he can outrace the 20 at this point. Still good battles back here. We can tell you that Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61 has worked his way around Jordan Roughton in the 92, and there's a whole lot of front-end damage to the front end of that 92 Chevy Camaro. There wasn't that much damage when we just checked in on him a couple of laps ago. Now Armstrong's going to work his way around him in the Ford Mustang, number 12 car just in front of him. And Jordan Green in the 47, next in line to challenge for position with Jordan. Alex Tesdahl in the 16 has worked his way around Thomas Geyer. That was 4 position. Cameron Norton in the 1 did the same. Now that puts Alex and Cameron both inside the top 10. And strategies are being deployed. Jordan Dorosek in the 74 car comes to pit road, and he does it before pit road is closed, and this is a part of the game plan, folks. I was mentioning this. It's a big track. You're not going to lose a lap. You're not going to go a lap down if you pit under green, so some of these drivers might elect to come down pit road before pit road closes with 2 laps to go in each stage. We saw Matt Smith in the 10 car do it in stage 1. He took the lead at the start of stage 2 because of it. And he's going to parlay that into a 2nd place finish here in stage 2. And we're going to have to see what this does for Jordan Dorosek at the 74. Comes to a stop in his pit stall. And like I said, you're not going to lose a lap here. He's got all the time in the world, so it's most definitely going to be a 4-tire pit stop. He's going to take fuel, and I wonder if any adjustments are going to be made there. Some of these drivers might have added a piece of tape if they were running a little bit cold, but temperatures out here in California don't often need to do that. It's round 11 of the 2021 NASCAR Motormaster Series season, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. It is the Sunfire 250 here at Sonoma Raceway, and we're watching Jesse Carlson in the number 20 Toyota Supra work his way around the racetrack. He is your race leader and putting on a racing clinic here. He's laying down the fastest lap times of anybody else on the racetrack. He, Matt Smith, and even Steven are the three quickest cars on the racetrack right now in terms of lap times.
Oh, no. Oops.
Well, I guess you're sticking to that strategy too, then. You might be able to stay at the end of the stage too. 3 laps to go, right?
Yeah.
You might be in the way, but we'll find out. Either that or pit again, but don't take very much tires or anything.
Gotta have a penalty for speeding.
Yeah.
That's
Well, the battle for third has cooled off a little bit. Trenton Krentz has got a little bit of ground on Dustin Franklin in the 11 machine. The battle for fifth is heated up, though. And remember, folks, it's the top 5 that get the points here in the stages. Jason Doro just took the 5th position away from Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. So that's going to be for a stage point. And that's huge, folks. Josh Colm-Diaz finished 2nd in stage 1 to take 4 points there. And so I'm a little bit shocked to see Josh kind of fading a little bit here in stage 2. I think some of these drivers worked on their cars a little bit and they found a little bit of speed. They learned a couple things about the track as they've been racing, and that's kind of helped them in this one. 3 cars are off the racetrack: Nick Donfrancesco, Ryan Schreck, and Daniel McGriff. 22 drivers started this race, 19 of them left out there on the racetrack and slugging it out here at Sonoma Raceway in the Sunfire 250. Old problems there for the 2020 World Champion from Gran Turismo. That is Trenton Krentz. He's gaining ground on Matt Smith, but just went through the grass a little bit there through the carousel. That's going to be a good battle for second if he can get to him. He might run out of time, though. 2 laps to go in stage 2.
I'm a white flag right now.
Oh, we are? Oh. Man, no, I'm glad you told me. They click off quick. I do that a lot. I get wrapped up in the moment and I talk about what's going on, and all of a sudden 5 laps went by when I think 2 did.
Oh, it goes by so fast in these races, it's crazy.
Coming around through turn 11, at a turn 11 for the final time in stage 2, Jesse Carlson wins. Back-to-back stage wins, also the pole winner. He's run the fastest lap of the race so far as well, and he's doing everything right. Out there looking for his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win. Did Jordan Dorsek pit again at the end of this stage?
Not sure. But your top 5 are NASCAR Ruth, Flash 9, Even Steven, Dust Bunnies, and Maka.
How about that? Very impressed by the world champ, Even Steven. He's very new to these NASCAR Heat games, so for him to come over here and run up there in the top 5 is very impressive. But if he's going to do it anywhere, he's going to do it on one of these road courses, that's for sure. Jason Doro in the 08 finishes in 5th. Good run for him. And you see Dustin Franklin finishing in 4th, and good to see him back in the NASCAR Motormaster Series. He's had good runs in this series many times in past seasons, but earlier tonight made his debut here in the 2021 season by running at Talladega, and now here he is running strong again at Sonoma. Shot to win even. These drivers have an opportunity here to make one last pit stop under caution speed, and then we're going to line them up double file and send them on out there. And yeah, folks, I think that Jordan Dorsek pit again right at the end of the stage, and that's a penalty if that's the case. We're going to be reviewing the footage after all of this. And the green flag is back in the air for the Sunfire 250. Jordan leads. Jesse is all over the back bumper of the 74. They're coming up to the trickiest part of the track right now. That is the carousel. Oh, Jordan got a little loose down on the bottom. Jesse's going to use the outside, and we have a new race leader, Jesse Carlson, to the lead.
Big wreck through the carousel. Juicy J, PC was there involved.
Action all over this racetrack. You're right. Jordan Roughton in the 92 is involved. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 61. Damage to those cars. They've lost some ground. We stay green in the final stage here at Sonoma. And they're working through the S's now. Jesse Carlson has the lead. He's under pressure and problems for Dustin Franklin in the 11. He was a contender all race long. Yeah, heavy front end damage for him. It got loose coming out of that right-hand turn.
All these drivers are risking it.
Yeah, some of the fastest drivers that have been up front all race long are pushing as hard as they can, and this is when we're going to see some mistakes, if we're going to see them. Jesse's got the lead. Jordan's in second. Trenton's in third. Matt Smith in fourth. Josh Colm-Diaz in fifth. That's your top five. You're in the final stage, and it's been one heck of a race here. It's a 50-lap event. 22 cars started. And a few of the drivers running up towards the front have a shot to win their very first NASCAR Motormaster Series race. That includes the leader, Jesse Carlson, and that includes Trenton Krentz in the 36. I was just about to say who's taken the second position away, but he got a little bit loose coming out of that right-hand turn. He was on the outside of the 74, Jordan Dorsek, and he couldn't quite complete the pass. He lost third to Matt Smith in the 10 car in the process. Coming up the hill now to the right-hander, and they're eventually going to start their journey down through the S's. Jesse Carlson in the 20. You don't see him in the frame very much right now. He's got a pretty good lead, and it's starting to grow. It's been a bit of a pattern with him all race long. Stage 1 and Stage 2, he takes the lead and just kind of sets sail. And as long as he can do that again here at Sonoma in the final stage, he's going to pick up his first career win. These two are busy battling with each other for second. Here comes Matt Smith to the inside at turn 11. He's going to do it. Preferred groove, and clears him. It gets the job done. Now coming up to the start-finish line, Matt Smith in the 10 will clock in to take the second position this time. Trenton Krentz in the fourth position, losing ground to the top three. And Josh Colm-Diaz rounding out the top five. We see Josh in the 7. Jason Doro in the 08 just behind him, running in the 6th position. He's also been one of the drivers up towards the front all race long. Very much a contender for this one. And there's a pack of cars back here having a good battle. Alex Tesdahl, Cameron Norton in the 1, Jordan Roughton in the 92, Harold Burden in the 39, Stephen Corley in the 22, Jason Armstrong in the 12. Oh, and wide went Cameron Norton just a little bit. And a little bit of contact was made there between Harold Burden and Jordan Roughton. Both of them found the grass a little bit. Now they're coming up to the carousel. They both knew that, so they got single file in a hurry. Single file, rather. Sorry, my voice is going tonight. Talladega got me. Cameron comes back to clear Jordan Roughton there, but he finds the grass near the exit of the carousel. Jordan Green, the 6-time champion in the 47, went to make a move. Cameron threw the block. Jordan had to lift. And Jordan Roughton... Whoa! Jordan Roughton went in there and hit Stephen Corley, but I think he felt a little guilty about it. Lifted and let Stephen go. Jordan Green got a position out of it. Cameron Norton lost control just a bit there. Contact made between he and Jordan Roughton just a little bit. So Jordan Green gained 2 positions through there. Man, there's action going on everywhere. Jesse Carlson's the leader, and Matt Smith is running in second. That's what the top 2 look like. They're right there. Trenton Krentz runs in third. Josh Colm-Diaz in fourth. Jason Doro runs in fifth. And now I'm not too sure what's going on here.
Oh, you serious?
And something's amiss. Jordan Dorsek in the 74 is parked on pit road and motionless. And I'm not sure exactly why or what happened there. He was the leader a moment ago, but we were investigating to see if he pit within the last 2 laps of stage 2 or not. But yeah, there's something amiss there, and he's done for the day at Sonoma, and that's a tough break because he had definitely a good chance to win this race. And problems now we're hearing from Matt Smith in the 10. There you see him, no longer in second. He's running in the third position behind Trenton Krentz, and tough deal for the 2020 Platinum Cup champion, and now running in P3 in the 10 car. No immediate challenge by Josh Colm-Diaz, who's behind him in fourth. And problems now for Trenton Krentz in the 36 machine goes off the track. And back around him goes Matt Smith for second. So all of this going on a couple of seconds behind your race leader, Jesse Carlson. That's allowing him to drive away and have a comfortable lead out there, not getting challenged, not getting hounded. And he's closing in on what would be his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win, as long as he can do what he's doing, and that's just hold on. Let the laps wind down and do your thing, because these drivers for second and third are really busy battling with each other. And this is what the battle for fourth and fifth looks like, and they're busy battling as well. Josh Colm-Diaz, Jason Doro. Deeper in the field, it's a hornet's nest of cars. There's a good shot of Harold Burden in the number 39 machine, running inside the top 10. He was up there as high as 6th at one point in this race. Right now he's behind Thomas Geyer. There you see Thomas just in front of him in the 62 car. And welcome back to Thomas Geyer to the NASCAR Motormaster Series. He runs in the NASCAR Elite National Series over on iRacing. Number of top 10s and a couple of top 5s over there in that series to start the season, and he's in the top 10 in the point standings. And we're going to have to update you about this, folks. Matt Smith in the 10 has now dropped back to the 5th position. He's got a lot of front-end damage to that Chevy Camaro. I did not see what happened. I was checking in on a couple of cars deeper in the field. But, yeah, that's where he runs now. That's where you see him. He runs in 5th, and he's got a bunch of front-end damage to that race car. There you see Thomas Geyer running in the 6th position. Just behind him is Harold Burden running in 7th. And I'm going to throw it down to the M-Race reporter, Cameron Norton, driver of the 1 car. Cameron, what position are you in?
I am in 11th, trying to get through a mess yet again. I got rear end damage from being hit from behind, so that's good.
Looks like you got...
Sonoma's pretty fun.
Looks like you got Stephen Corley and Jordan Green, a couple of others just in front of you, so you got your hands full. You still have a shot to go up there and grab a top 10 finish. Are you guys going to have to pit before the end of the race?
We're going to have to at least make one stop.
Safe to say the tires aren't going to make it.
My tires are looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, keep your eye on those. It should be interesting in the later laps. We'll let you get back to doing your thing. Yeah. Oh, of course.
Care of mine right now.
Of course, goes Jordan Routon in the 92 car in the carousel. He's done that a couple of times in this race. Very easy to do so over there, mind you. But that allowed Jason Armstrong in the 12, Dustin Franklin in the 11 to both scoot on by for positions. That is inside the top 10. Well, the 2 drivers that spend the most time on Gran Turismo Sport that are also running full-time here are running first and second here at Sonoma Raceway, and really I shouldn't be surprised, but I am still. Jesse Carlson running in first, looking for his first career Motormaster Series win. Trenton Krentz, 2-time NASCAR World Champion, 2019 NASCAR GT Cup Series champion, all of which on Gran Turismo. Running in second, also looking for his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win. Running in third, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 car, looking for his first Motormaster win of the season. Not the first of his career, though. Behind him in fourth, Jason Doro in the 08. He's got 2 wins this season, sitting second in the point standings. '20 Platinum Cup champ Matt Smith, driver of the 10 car, running in 5th. Enters in as the points leader and is really doing all he can to log laps, get a good finish, and hold on to that points lead. 15 valuable playoff points awarded for the regular season champion when the regular season is complete. And that's really what he's trying to hold on and close in on, and he's doing a good job at that. Jordan Roughton in the 92 is on pit road for service. And how about Thomas Geyer, folks? We got to give a call to him. Running in the 6th position before the cycle of pit stops begin, because Matt Smith in the 10 just peeled the pit road. Was running in 5th, so that gives the 5th position to Thomas Geyer in the 62, and had a strong run ever since coming back here to the NASCAR Motormaster Series, and that'd be the best race he's ever had here at Sonoma Raceway. 22 car field up there running in the 6th position, going through the first couple of turns now, and looking smooth and consistent ever since the start of this one. Cameron Norton on pit road as well, and you see Matt Smith on pit road. Some of these drivers electing to short pit here a little bit in the final stage. We're going to throw it down to the M-Race reporter, Cameron Norton. Cameron, how many laps to go when you came to pit road, and what was the strategy in mind?
There is coming down about 18-19, and the strategy here is to pit early and see if I can outrun the leader whenever he pits. Just like the other 2 cars that came down, we're going to see what happens.
See if you can gain some ground during the sequence. I see.
Good pit stop.
Well, it should be interesting to see where everybody does cycle through. And the leader is coming out of turn 11 now. There you see him, Jesse Carlson in the 20, Toyota Supra, lime green and orange. See, the thing is, though, folks, he's got the 2-time world champion running in 2nd, and he's got Josh Colm-Diaz in 3rd, Jason Doro 4th. He still has competitive fast cars around him on the track. He needs to be mistake-free at this point. Doesn't necessarily need to be the fastest car on the racetrack anymore, but he does need to be mistake-free, and time will tell if Trenton Krentz has enough time to close the gap in. As of now, he's not really doing that. It's been all Jesse Carlson for the most part since the drop of the green flag in this one. 17 laps to go at Sonoma. I'll tell you, it's been a great season so far. It really has. We're 10 races deep. No driver has more than 2 wins. And it's been a grind, folks. 50% distance races with the presets and fuel tire wear times 2 now. And make it down to the speed more instead of the fuel strategy and the stages and whatnot. And it's been a fun season to call from up here in the booth. And we just saw Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. He got a little bit out of shape there back in the carousel. And he's going to lose the 3rd position to Jason Doro in the 08. Puts Doro up in the 3rd, and Thomas Geyer running in 5th, and he's got Jordan Roughton in the 92 right behind him, but everybody's got to keep in mind Jordan in the 92 is 1 lap down. He's been to pit road already. He's got some front-end damage to the car, and he's got fresher tires than the car in front of him. Good battle here inside the top 10. Altez on the 16, Stephen Corley in the 22, Jordan Green in the 47. They're all nose to tail pretty much, and they're all going through turn 11 right now. 3 different race teams, 2 different manufacturers, and all 3 running very similar speeds, very similar lines around the racetrack, and came in with very similar expectations as well. Want to come in and get good points, get a top 10, top 5 finish, and get the heck out of here. Pardon me. And tough break for Jeffrey Robinson Jr. I didn't see what happened to him, but he's done for the day, it appears. There's 5 cars off the racetrack. 22 started the race, so there has been quite a bit of attrition here in this race. It's a very challenging and very tricky racetrack, and some of these drivers have had their hands full with it since the drop of the green flag. They're all chasing Jesse Carlson. Trenton Krentz runs in second, and here is the battle for third. We keep checking in on it every now and then. Josh Cole-Diaz in the 7. Jason Doro is in the 08 machine, and they've swapped third and fourth back and forth a couple times over the last couple of laps here.
Trying to keep it up in front of the leader. He's coming.
And he's putting on a good pace, that's for sure. And yeah, we're going to throw it down to the M-Race reporter, Cameron Norton. Where does this put you now in the running order?
14th. I'm just waiting on the green flag stops to happen, and should help me get somewhere in between top 10 maybe. I'm going to just take a guess at that. Here comes the leader. Car in front of me's got the grass. There's so much action happening up here. It's like hard to call this.
Oh, it really is. It's a big track too, and once everybody gets spread out here around the racetrack, there really is battles everywhere, especially on the restarts. That's when I really have my hands full, and I don't really know what to call first or what to call next. They've all been chasing Jesse Carlson, and the clock is ticking, folks. Kind of 15 laps to go or 14 laps to go, and they're running out of time if they're going to do it. And I don't know if anybody has the car to do it. Jesse seems to be on the right strategy as well. You see him go into turn 11. He's not going to pit road. So I wonder if he's trying to do this on a one-stop strategy here in the final stage. I personally didn't think that the tires would handle that, but I think that might be what he's trying to do. Jordan Green in the 47 car. He was running in the top 10. He just came to pit road for scheduled service. He's now currently one lap down. Timmy Brown in the yellow number 8 Chevy Camaro just in front of your race leader. He's the next car to go a lap down, but I don't think that he's made his pit stop yet, but I could be wrong. It's hard to keep track of everything here. And I can tell you Trenton Krentz has not come down pit road yet. Jason Doro has not come down pit road yet. Josh Cole-Diaz has not come down pit road yet. Thomas Geyer in the 62 car running in 5th. He's yet to come to pit road. So some of these drivers might be trying to stretch it and stay out to make it a one-stop strategy. And if they can make it the distance on a one-stop strategy, then this might throw Matt Smith and Cameron Norton, Jordan Roughton, Jordan Green, a couple of other drivers that have made a pit stop already and committed to a two-stop strategy. It might put them back a little bit in the final results. Time will tell here.
Only one lap short.
And you might be able to conserve that for fuel, but it's the tires that concern me. Cameron Norton, Jordan Green, they both go around Timmy Brown, but it's because Timmy Brown's actually coming to pit road now in the number 8 machine. There you see him. A little bit of front end damage to that car, but I don't think it's hurting the performance of that car too much. And
now I'm a half lap short. I can save it.
And what these different pit stop strategies are doing as well is it's giving the leaders a little bit of excitement here. They have their hands full with some of these cars because they're coming out of the pits just in front of them or just behind them, and they're on fresher tires, and they're just creating traffic out there, and it's giving these leaders a little bit more to deal with and more to work with in these later laps of the race. For example, we're riding along with Trenton Krentz running in second, and he's got Dustin Franklin in the 11 car just in front of him, and Dustin's fresh out of pit road with 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, and he was running inside the top 10 when he came to pit road for his scheduled stop, and he's right there in front of Trenton, and one mistake can really hold up the driver running in second. And Josh Colm-Diaz went way wide through that right-hander. Jason Doro was able to capitalize, take the third position back. Like I said, they've been swapping third and fourth back and forth ever since the start of the final stage. And right now, Jason takes back the third position. Kind of looked like Josh got a little too tight through the right-hander, and it opened the door for Jason to get to the inside. And when he did, he was able to get in front of him, clear him, close the door before Josh was able to make a move. Now going into turn 11, Josh sends it in really hard and tries to outbrake Jason, could not do it. Drove it nearly nose first towards the wall even. Jason was able to clear him back with the Earnhardt crossover move, and it's been an exciting battle for the third and fourth spot.
Don't we all love hearing that name, Earnhardt?
Turn 11 has been quite the passing zone here for the Sunfire 250 at Sonoma. We've seen cars outbrake each other and make a move in there many times in this race. Very, very well used, well known passing zone in the real life NASCAR races as well. There's only a couple of passing zones really here at Sonoma if you really think about it, and that's one of them. We saw moves there a moment ago by Josh Colm-Diaz trying to take the third position back, and could it be where we see a big move for the win at the end of this one? We'll find out. And good battle here. Cameron Norton in the 1, Jordan Green in the 47. Here's a good battle as well. Alex Tesdahl in the 16, Stephen Corley in the 22. There's good battles really all over the racetrack. And whoa, Stephen really tried to outbrake Alex going into that right-hander. Could not quite get it to stick. I don't know how he would have been able to make that stick. Went in a whole lot quicker than Stephen in the 22 did. Let's see if we can check in on the progress with Matt Smith in the 10, see where exactly he's running. He's passed a couple of these drivers since making his pit stop, and
he's running 10.
Oh, okay. So he's worked his way up to 10th. Next car in line for him to make a move on is Jason Armstrong, who's not that far in front of him, less than a second. And heading into turn 11 now. So Cameron, this would put you back in the 12th position?
Yes, sir. Once the rest of the green flag stops happen, I like to see where the strategy puts me for sure.
Yeah, I would think that you would be in the top 10 at that point, but yeah, we'll have to see where it all cycles through, because I would think that you're running good lap times on fresher tires than some of these others at the very least. Maybe not all, but some. So you should be in the top 10, I would think. Yeah. For example, I don't know if anybody's running quicker than Jesse Carlson right now, old tires or new. That 20 Toyota Supra is on fire out there here. Sunfire 250 here at Sonoma could be all his. This could be the night, folks. This could be the Motormaster Monday where Jesse Carlson wins his first race.
There's 10 laps left to go, and I have enough fuel.
All right, well, you heard it from the Embrace reporter, Cameron Norton. 10 to go, and he's got the fuel to the finish. Good news for the number 1 team and the fans of the number 1 car. And on pit road, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7.
I knew they couldn't make it.
I didn't think they could either. I think that everyone will have to pit once. The drivers doing the one-stop strategy are coming soon, I think, and here they come. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 is here. Oh yeah, and I also forgot, Cameron, you stayed out at the end of the stage 2, correct? Or
I pitted with them.
You pit again? Okay, never mind.
Oh. I had a penalty, so it wasn't really too much gain.
And Jordan Roughton got really loose there. He hit the inside wall coming out of turn 1. Timmy Brown in the 8 car had nowhere to go. He slammed into the back of him, and now they're still rocking and rolling around here, but we're going to keep an eye on that because that was some wild action there. Jordan might need to hit pit road here in a couple of laps. And Jesse Carlson still on the racetrack, staying out. I believe that Trenton Krentz has made his pit stop. Either that or there's been a major error for him, because we could tell you that Jason Doro is now in front of him in the 08 car. And Jason's going to stay out this time by as well, so I'm really curious to see when these guys come to pit road, Cameron. Some of them have still not come.
I think some of them are trying to save it. I still think it's possible.
It's possible. It's
if
interesting.
If you're really good at saving fuel here, you might have a shot.
Next, we can confirm that Jason Doro is now in front of Trenton Krentz in the 36, and I don't think that he's pit yet. I also didn't see Trenton come to pit road. I know Josh in the 7 has been to pit road. Strategy is being deployed here at Sonoma, and some of these drivers are throwing their best shot at trying to walk away with a good finish. Jason Armstrong in the 12 comes to pit road. He's been in the top 10 all race long for the most part, and here he comes for his final pit stop of the Sunfire 250. Under 10 to go at Sonoma. And the leader's on pit road, folks. Jesse Carlson in the 20 is on pit road, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes with him. Trenton Krentz still on the racetrack. Jason Doro in the 08 car. He stays on the racetrack. And there you see the leader comes to a stop in his pit box, and I think it's going to be 4 tires and fuel. I don't think that you would want to take right sides here at a track like this, at a track primarily with right-handers. You would want fresh left tires. But this game doesn't even give you the option to take left sides only, and he's down and away. Trenton Krentz stays on the racetrack. I believe Trenton has made his pit stop. If Trenton has made his pit stop, then it would line up pretty much accurately. Throwing it down to the in-race reporter, Cameron Norton. Cameron, who do you have as the race leader?
The 08.
That's what I thought. I'm on him right now. It's Jason Doro in the 08 car leading here in the Sunfire 250. He was right there with, I believe it was Jason Armstrong in the 12, but
I still believe he still has the pit.
I think so too. And time will tell. And I also can tell everyone Jesse Carlson is not far behind him. Jesse is closing in, folks. Anytime you see a lime green and orange car come into your frame, that is Jesse Carlson. The 3rd car back there, do you see him in your frame? That's him, folks. So even if he doesn't pit, Jesse might get him before the end of this race. But I wonder, folks, did Jason pit already and use the fresh tires? I don't think he did, though. I think he's got to come still.
Shadow just got out of pit road. I'm in the top 10. And his strategy would at least put me there.
There you go. Everything's cycling through a little bit here. A good battle there with you and Alex and Dustin Franklin in the 11 right there with you as well. He's teammates with the driver in front of you as well, in Browns Motorsports. And
sandwich.
So there's Jesse Carlson. He's trying to work his way through the traffic here. It was Jason Armstrong in front of him. Jason Doro in the 08 is the leader, and time will tell if Jesse's got enough time to run him down. There's not many laps to go. Cameron, how many laps to go?
There's about 8.
Okay. He might then. It's going to be close. This really is going to be close. And the thing is, Jason Doro in the 08 has 2 wins this year, sitting 2nd in the point standings. And after a long race of watching Jesse Carlson win the pole, win stage 1, and win stage 2, it really would be a feel-good moment to see him capture his first career NASCAR Motormaster Series win. I never play favorites, and I never cheer for someone from up here in the booth. But I feel like that would be the perfect ending to the story that we've seen here today. And he's closing in on the back bumper of that '08 Chevy Camaro. Jason Doro actually just went through the grass a little bit there. And what just happened there? Jason's on pit road. He surrenders the lead. Evidently he could not make it the distance. Evidently he was not on pit road yet. And he'll come down for scheduled service. And Jesse Carlson will retake the lead in the number 20. The fans are on their feet here at Sonoma. You can hear them cheering over in turn 1 in the grandstands. And over here through turns 3 and 4 as well. Now Jason Doro leaving his pit stall, and we can confirm that Trenton Krentz in the 36 is now up into the 2nd position because of this, and everyone's cycling through the green flag pit stops, the last round of pit stops of the race. And I believe we have 6 laps to go here in the Sunfire 250 at Sonoma. Oh, and problems for Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. And that's turns 3 and 4 just over there at the top of the hill. Actually, no, that was after turn 2. When he gets it going again, I didn't see exactly why he slowed down or anything. I think he might have just lost control, or maybe went down a shift, could put it in the wrong gear. I know that sometimes on these road courses you can get a little confused and put it into first gear instead of second, and suddenly you're sideways instead of straightways. I'm not sure what happened to Josh, but he's still rolling. Oh, Jordan Routon off the racetrack in the 92. That's over at the top of the hill for turn 1. The leader, Jesse Carlson, is actually going to go by, and I'm not sure what the deal is there. Jason Armstrong in the 12 car is the next car in line behind the leader, but I believe that he is 1 lap down in that Ford Mustang. Trenton Krentz in the number 36 Chevy Camaro runs in 3rd. Yeah, Jordan motionless there towards the top of the hill, and it's a big gap in between the driver running in 3rd all the way back to Matt Smith in the 10 car who runs in 4th. You see him working his way by.